Explain your sense of deja vu as you watch what's happening in your former party.
I think they're playing the script to the T. Everything is going by like as if they're repeating the same mistake which they had committed. A blunder, I would say, is not a mistake. It was a blunder. They lost Punjab and they demolished Punjab Congress for good. This is precisely, as your program is called, bottom line. The bottom line now is, doesn't matter who is going to be the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, what happens to Sachin Pilot, or whether Gehlot Saab would run for the presidentship, or whether he would like to stay as a Chief Minister. But the thing, what one can conclude with absolute certainty, if there is anything in politics, is that the Congress in Rajasthan is finished. With the kind of deep dissension which has been caused with all this tamasha, as at one time it was called by the Congress High Command, when all this halabu was going on in Punjab, they said, what is this tamasha going on? So I think I can rightfully ask, what is this tamasha going on? And as was the case in Punjab, this tamasha is making of nobody else but of all these so-called sycophants hanging around the Congress leadership in Delhi. They have done it. I feel bad, like they are, look at Mr. Kharge. It was the Kharge committee who decided that Mr. Captain Amarinder Singh ji should be removed. It was Kharge committee who recommended that Sunil Jakhar should be removed from the PCC presidentship and Mr. Navjot Singh Sidhu should be brought in. And then who was the executioner of this strategy? That was Mr. Ajay Maken. So both these persona drama, they are all there in Jaipur. And to make the picture complete, the man behind the scene, now in Rajasthan, was one of the main players who was part of this committee, in which Mr. Harish Rawat and the other Harish from Rajasthan, whom one of our MPs, Mr. Dimpa from Khadur Sahab, had referred to as Rajasthan ka Lutera or Rajasthan ka Chor. They are the one who are now masterminding this operation in Rajasthan. But all these things is okay. This has become a standard operating procedure. I have not done any disclosures or anything I think which would surprise any political analyst. But this has become a standard operating procedure of Congress, and anybody who follows Congress would know what is happening. But what is really hurting me today is that even you mentioned, I wouldn't have believed it because I've been hearing it since last night on some of these channels, that they are considering issuing a show cause notice to Gehlot Saab. Barkha ji, let me be very honest. Though it is very easy for me to say, it's their monkeys, their circus, it's nothing to do with me. But I feel bad because I've spent 50 years with this party. And anyway, as opposition is, I think, a must for any democracy to function. But this is something unpalatable, not even just unthinkable. It is what is even the thought of such a thing, that they are going to issue a notice to a person like Gehlot Saab. Maybe Sunil was wrong. Sunil had too much of an ego, or he took it as on his this thing. When they kind of affronted me on my self-respect, that they issued me a notice, I would not compromise with my dignity and my self-respect. But thinking about it for Gehlot Saab, that hurts me even. And I don't know what he will.
Why is that? Why is that?
Because
talk about why.
This is not done. This is just not done. He has given his entire life. He has been more loyal than the king himself for these all these people sitting in Delhi. And this is the treatment they are meting out. And they are, what's really, in the morning, I opened one of these very respectable newspapers which said Congress leadership caught off guard or was surprised at this reaction of Gehlot Saab. Didn't they realize they didn't even know the feelings of such a staunch supporter of them, whom they wanted to first as a Congress presidentship against his own wishes? They didn't even realize how would he react when they will withdraw his chief ministership from him and accept his bitter enemy as a chief minister. And if this is how they look at their supporters or the main party leaders, then I can maybe God save the party.
I'll share something with you. 3 days ago, the Sachin Pilot camp, they expected this to happen. They understood that Mr. Gehlot didn't really want to become a Congress president at the cost of losing his chief ministership. They understood that even as Gehlot's adversary. How did the Gandhis not understand it? Rahul Gandhi publicly rebuked Mr. Gehlot by making it very clear that there had to be one person, one post. So do you still isolate the blame around the advisors, the sycophants as you call them, or do you think that the age of the Gandhis is over? Because given that Mr. Gehlot has openly gone against the Gandhis, even as a loyalist, does it not mean that the high command today, as it was called, is now low command or no command?
No command. Like if you recall, maybe I would refresh your memory, when I said goodbye to Congress, one of the things which I said was that I quoted this instance from Babur when he came to Panipat on this first battle of Panipat, when he got off the elephant saying, "Jis ki lagam mere haath mein nahi hogi," and somebody with Ankush is driving that, I'm not going to ride on it. And he got down onto a horse. Iski lagam mere haath mein hai. And I had asked Rahulji, I said, you should get off the high elephant and get onto a horse and ride it yourself. Don't leave it to anybody else. That's why it has come to no command. Whatever command there is being controlled by what Ambika Soni did to Punjab. I think Harish Chaudhary and his likes, now they are doing it to Rajasthan. He is the black sheep. I think they are going to, I think Mr. Sachin Pilot is also going to be in for a shock. When eventually they are able to maybe bring them back together and try to sort this thing out, he will be the black sheep person recommended by Rahul Gandhi to be this common person between Pilot and Gehlot Sahab. It has
Why do you believe that Sachin Pilot will also be in for a shock? Why do you believe that?
All of them will be. By the end of the day, when everything is settled down, whichever way, whether it has got burnt down, Mr. C.P. Joshi, Mr. Gehlot, Mr. Sachin Pilot, Mr. Govind Dodasara, or whether it is Mr. Chaudhary Himaram, whosoever, nobody will be happy but these sycophants around the leadership, Congress leadership.
What do you think will happen? Because there's a very serious talk about disciplinary action against Mr. Gehlot, which you say is unpalatable to you. He's been an old colleague of yours in your former years as a congressman. Now we have no idea who will be Congress president, who will run for Congress president, because it's not going to be Mr. Gehlot. You are saying it's a job he didn't want anyway. Talk a little bit about that. Talk a little bit about why you feel hurt at how Gehlot is being treated.
As far as the notice is concerned, I think I'm speaking from my own perspective. I'm a very small fry in this whole big apparatus of Congress. And I have had a close association, and I felt I was part and parcel of Congress. Congress belonged to me as much as it belonged to anybody else. But the very fact that they went for my self-respect and they wanted to humiliate me, I won't take it. So I expect on the same lines that there are still people in politics who still have they care for their self-respect and dignity. Gehlot Sahab, if he accepts, you tell me, Barkhaji, what happened to Mr. K.V. Thomas? He was so close to them. He was a cabinet minister. He was far more senior than me. The poor fellow came, answered this so-called notice given by who? Mr. Tariq Anwar, who left the Congress party in 1999 saying that Mrs. Gandhi is a foreigner and I'm not going to, Congress party will not have a foreigner as a president. He issued me a notice, and after 20 years, he joined the Congress. He left Congress in 99, came to Congress in 2018-19, and in 22, he sends me a notice asking me that I don't know about how the ethos of Congress. Is he going to issue a notice now to Gehlot Sahab? Who is he to issue a notice to Gehlot Sahab? Who is Ambika Soni? Who is this Harish fellow? No, they are running this government. I think after Mr. Ahmed Patel's demise, all these people have somehow, the corona thing, Mrs. Gandhi getting isolated and all, they have now gotten a grip on the leadership decision. They are taking the decisions. And obviously, when you talk about why would Mr. Gehlot not want to be the Congress president, it's very simple. Put yourself in his place. I think he is 72 or 73. And to build this Congress together, I don't think even, I believe in one of the meetings, one of the senior leader of Congress said that we don't expect to do well in 24. Maybe we will get reduced down to 20 member of parliaments, but we are sure that we will form the government in India in 2029. So you think Gehlot Sahab is going to give up his job to, हमारे हिंदी में जैसे कहावत है कि अंदर मरा हुआ सांप अपने गल में डालने के लिए कौन आएगा? Nobody is going to leave his job. He is doing it, and I think he has kept this job against all odds.